But, where is Pomegranate? Weird that Tommy Cakes is doing Modern now. He used to be a Legacy Tesserator, and I enjoyed watching him play the deck. Mrs. Mulligan is on Card Hoarder, by the way, now. She's on the team. She's on my team. Stalk all of the people. And then here's Randy Bueller doing the silly Gauntlet of Greatness. I don't know if you guys have watched that. I think the concept is entertaining. I don't know how entertained I am with Randy, but I shouldn't say too much. He's a nice guy, okay? Mine was good. I've been excited waiting for me to stream again. Alright, Tricks. So, some of the decks that I really liked from the coverage, you know, 4-color loam, or you could call it Punishing Abzan, whatever you want to call it. Honestly, that already had a deck name. It was 4-color loam. Randy's meh, but the idea is great. Again, I don't want to say too much. You know, I don't want to express, you know, buy 8 screens. Meme Dragon, you guys realize that you can... You want me to do the WOTC coverage? I mean, I feel like I've memorized way too many cards. I feel like Patrick Sullivan sometimes, like where he's like, you know, he's like, leeches, that's a good answer to infect. And I'm like, I know that card. Or they're like, you know, what's Fierce Empath do? I'm like, come on! Fierce Empath? 3 mana 1/1, search your library for a creature, convert mana cost 6 or greater. Put it in your hand. Shuffle. It's an elf, too. It's got a really silly picture as well. Oh, and it goes in... Name that deck, guys. Let's see if you can name it. Fierce Empath. Name that deck. But let me pull up what we're playing tonight. Real quick. For those of you who might be new to the stream or wondering what the hell Tin Fins is, we're up a game. P. Sully does know some old jank. Well, he's been playing a long time, Goro. Yeah, Patrick's been playing a long time. I almost had the chance to, like, meet him and talk with him, but he had to go back to doing coverage or something. I caught him in between breaks. I think it was, like, GP New Jersey. But, someday. Okay, so we are playing Tin Fins. Let me find it. Doom Bob Fins, 1.3 to be exact. So this is the new evolution of the deck. This is where we ended up. This was with some card tweaking, some number tweaking, basic lands being added, Chrome Moxen being cut. But overall, I think I like it better. So many deck lists, why not clean them up? It says P. Dixon. Because they remind me of... So pretty much all these deck lists are from previous streams. So if I was to delete them, it would be like deleting my own children. Like, think about it. Those are all like previous streams. Every deck list you see, it's either a variant of something we've been doing or something we brewed. We brewed this together. This is my version of that. We brewed this together. I was messing with this. This is something we brewed. Like if I was to delete these, that would be like deleting episodes of the Spawn show or the Abrams special. Like this was a great stream. This is a great stream. Like, if I delete these, it's like deleting memories. And it doesn't take up much data on my computer. It's like maybe some kilobytes. Deck files are very small. I have children. I can assure you it would not be the same. But I can understand. I was here since the Worms time. I still have the Worms deck, man. If I can remember what we named it. That was my lands variant, right? With worms. Worms! Was that Funkenstein? No. Well, Funkenstein had worms as well. I think it was the Intuitive Lands deck, right? Intuition Lands? Intuitively Lands? Intuitively Lands. And I think we do own all the cards for it, so it's going to be in this section. Yes. Worms? Looks like Chalice of the One wrecks you hard, says Yells. Oh, of course it does. But you don't hope to play against it. Did we play against it round one? No, we didn't, Yells. Now I've been on the. It's funny. I've been on. I'm not trying to say that I'm a week or years or miles ahead of you guys. I've been talking about Chalice for months, if not years. I just deleted the Toxic Deluge. Whoopsie. I'm just saying I've been talking about Chalice for a long time. We built several Chalice decks months ago over the summer, and Chalice is super strong. So, now some of you were non-believers and look, Chalice deck takes first place. So, I'm not trying to say I told you so. Hear the worms. Worms! I'm not trying to say I told you so, but I told you guys Chalice is good. Yeah, many decks get wrecked by Chalice on one. Delver's much worse. Unless they have Gurmag Anglers, a Tazagur, Gurmag, Goyf, or Young Pyromancer. They're boned. Chalice has been in about every non-blue deck I've seen. Chalice has been in about every deck you play. Accurate. Because it's good. Because it's very good. Because if your opponent's on a 4 Brainstorm deck, you can be darn sure 4 Chalice is good. And most are. You know what's funny? If they unbanned Soul Ring, I think it'd be even better, because that would give you a slightly higher % chance to open up with... we can add more Wasteland to this now, since I'm borrowing some. Anyway, let's go back to what we're playing tonight. So, Doom Bob Fins. What is it? What does it do? It gets turn 1 kills. We've already had 2 turn 1 kills tonight. I don't want to say something mean like we wasted them on the burn player, because it wasn't a waste. We do need to kill him quickly. But we may not see... I mean, it's random. You can see... I mean, I've had tournaments where I saw a bunch of turn 1 kills. We've already seen 2 turn 1 kills tonight. They were both Dark Ritual openers. They weren't Lotus Petal openers, but usually it's a Dark Ritual opener. It could be a Petal Petal Moxen opener. You sometimes get Petal Petal land or Petal Mox land. Kill them. Banning Soul Ring would make for funny metagames. It's probably why Soul Ring is banned, so you can't go turn 1 Chalice. People could still counter your turn 1 Chalice. I recently brewed a deck that was just built to just try to resolve the Chalice through the same amount of permission you're going to fight from a... Like, here's the problem. I was facing a lot of Delver, right, in the practice room. And what I wanted to do was I wanted my Chalice to stick against a Force of Will / Daze deck. So the only way to do that is to run more permission than they do. So I was just running a whole bunch of permission, like extra permission you wouldn't normally put in a Chalice deck, just to try to stick the Chalice against like Delver decks. But even then the deck was dying if they were on the play and they stuck a threat, and really embarrassing things like that. Yeah, you can use Ring for Chalice, absolutely. No, yeah, P. Dixon, so Chalice, you play turn 1 Soul Ring, tap the Soul Ring makes 2 mana, you play a Chalice. It's a combo. It's not a combo, it's a synergy, but you get the point. That's how the deck kills, either Emmy or Tendrils. As per popular request, this is the Art of Tendrils we're going to run for a little bit. Bunch of you guys wanted to see me do that one. This deck's pretty robust. I mean, I'll admit it's more of a glass cannon than Ad Nauseam Tendrils, but it's also faster, so, you kind of have to pick and choose with the deck how you want to play it. If we get another Grizzlebrand, I'm going to cut a Goryo's from this. Playing Budakov, also double queued. That's annoying. You should take your legacy seriously, man. Why are you gonna double queue? All right. So technically, we could keep this. It's actually only missing. It's missing no pieces technically. Because you could therapy yourself, and if you have enough mana, you could Goryo's the Emmy. It's also got 2 Brainstorms. It's not an amazing hand, because normally you'd rather have the Entomb than the Emrakul itself. You'd rather use the therapy on your opponent than yourself. It just depends on the matchup. I mean, last game we didn't go up against a Force of Will deck. Chalice got restricted. It did, friend. I was playing a playset of Chalice in my vintage deck for a while, but it wasn't Chops. No, yeah, you play the Moxen before the Chalice Thought Control. 'Cause I go anywhere you go. I would keep this. I mean, it's got brainstorms. It's not crazy. It's not like I'm gonna, you can't therapy the you can therapy a Grizzlebrand turn 1, but you can't you don't therapy an Emrakul turn 1. Probably just go Delta Pass. Restricting Chalice killed Vintage Merfolk. Is that true for Portrait? I didn't see much. I didn't see much Vintage Merfolk to begin with. Portrait. I think maybe once. I think I've seen that deck maybe once, and that was just in the practice room. I never faced it. Okay, so he could be Storm. He could be Storm. I'm gonna brainstorm here and hope for a shuffle effect. Nice. Moxen. That's not the card I want to put back, is it? Here's the thing, if he's Storm, if he is indeed Storm, I have to wait for him to play a couple more lands before I hit him with the Emrakul. I can also blind Brainstorm, but he could assume that I'm going to name that. Yeah, we got some options here. I see putting back at least one Vengeance. You could put back 2 Vengeance. Maybe you want to put back the Chrome Mox. The only reason you keep the Chrome Mox is you want to go for it next turn. You could put back 2 Vengeance. I mean, it's just a matter of what you want to do. You could do that. Because if it's a duress, I probably brainstorm. If it's a therapy, yeah, he's definitely Storm. Did he take a mulligan? He's on 5 cards here. Wasteland me? Deathrite Shyamalan? Okay. Could be Delver. No, he's definitely not Storm, Angoro. It just seemed like an aggressive brainstorm to me. That's fine. It seemed like an aggressive brainstorm. He's more likely to be... I'm going to play around days. He's more likely to be Delver at this point. And I'm okay with redrawing that Vengeance. Because I think what I'm going to do is Mox. Now, if you Mox the Vengeance, cat's out of the bag. Problem is Daze is very live right now if I just go for this Brainstorm. And I kind of want this to resolve. Now, you could also just exile a Brainstorm to keep the cat in the bag instead of out of the bag. We know there's another Goryo's on top. But I think there was a land too. Wasn't there? No. No, I would have kept it. Strange the last few days. Like, we're starting to get to the point where I have to just try to go for it. Because he's got a Deathrite in play. Now, again, he doesn't know that I'm Reanimator yet, so he may not have a Tropical in his hand. There's been no Gitaxian Probe. He just assumes that I'm some variant of Storm, I imagine. You use the therapy on this Chromox, though not only are you not casting the Brainstorm, you're not going off. This Brainstorm could also hit like a Dark Ritual. Let's see, we're seeing at least 2 fresh cards, and then we have a Flooded Strand Crack. And he's gonna let me get it. Now, see, he may still daze just to stop the flood.